9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.
Happy Friday, y'all. Welcome to Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. My name is TK Trinidad, and we're here for the WWT Live, the Friday edition. Make sure our super chats are open. So for $2 or more, you can find out what Sed's doing for the weekend and all that good stuff. I am not alone. The PR princess herself is in the building. How are you doing, Courtney?
I mean, it's Friday. It's been a very long, productive week, but happy to be here. And just a lot of stuff happening today on a Friday.
Yes, for sure. Like, actually, I don't even have to see if that's in the thing because there's just something really funny that happened. And Kesh is in the building as well. How are you doing, Miss Kesh?
Good. How are you?
Good. Hey, Eric. Hey, Jeff. Actually, for Dylan's sake, let's start off with what's happening on SmackDown.
Yeah, why not? Because SmackDown is happening at the top of the hour at Oklahoma City. If you did watch Monday Night Raw, we have a new WWE Undisputed Champion with CM Punk, where he beat Sami Zayn. Unfortunately, he beat him on Monday in Chicago, and he's coming to SmackDown tonight. Don't know what he's going to say. If you saw Sami Zayn crash out, you know what it is. We don't know what the status with Cody Rhodes and Gunther. He's on the hunt and just angry after what happened. So who knows what's going to happen. Very curious what CM Punk has got to say. And we're also going to have Carmelo Hayes, because Carmelo Hayes has been trying to get a shot for the United States Championship. But of course, he has to go one-on-one, non-title, against Trick Williams one-on-one. Sure, you could expect Little Yachty trying to interfere in the match, but it's definitely a throwback to NXT days. If you know, you know. Also, New Japan throwback here. If you guys know, Finn Balor taking on Tama Tonga. This has been brewing up the last couple weeks because we have seen them interact backstage. But of course, there's always a little bit of interference from Big Tom, but I'm excited for this. New Japan throwback. The Prince taking on Tama Tonga one-on-one tonight. And actually, this was just added on WWE socials just a few minutes ago. We're going to have Alexa Bliss take on Miss Jade Cargill after the last couple weeks have been a little bit of craziness because we see Chelsea and Tiffany and Charlotte taking on the baddies. We're going to see Little Miss Bliss in action against Jade Cargill. All this is going down at the top of the hour, and you cannot watch it alone because Honey Night SmackDown will be at the top of the hour. Honey is going to have a loaded SmackDown, so hopefully we get a lot of questions, answers tonight on USA. And, well, yeah, we're pretty much on the road to SummerSlam for WWE.
Nice. Any matches that you're looking forward to?
We're still looking forward to CM Punk. I want to see how they do that. I want to see if Cody comes out. I want to see if it's a fatal 4-way. I want to see if Sami just like comes out and slaps him or something. I'm curious what happens.
Man, Sami can't catch a break, man. What are you looking forward to, Courtney?
Sami can't because, and I think I said this on Monday too, because if you remember, I think this was like this year or last year, CM Punk said this to Sami Zayn: "You are not on my level." I need Sami Zayn to really go AWOL on CM Punk, especially. I don't care if he has to go crazy. I don't care what he has to do, but I need Sami to really pivot and just go full out crazy and just call out Punk for pretty much almost everything. So I need to see Sami on that. Obviously, of course, Alexa Bliss and Jade Cargill. Do not underestimate Little Bliss because of her height, because if you saw the promo her and Jade did a couple weeks ago, yeah, she could be a little bit of a spitfire. But I'm very excited Alexa is coming back into the ring, leading closer to Jade versus Charlotte. New Japan throwback between Finn and Tama Tonga. I'm very excited to see the Prince. I know finally we get to see Finn finally in action after in the King of the Ring. But I'm excited to see Finn back on TV. So hopefully we'll see where this goes. And also with the fact too, Royce Keys seems to be in the mix as well. So very curious on what his role is going to be.
Yeah, I'm definitely want to see Jade and Lexa for sure. But yeah, this Sami Zayn thing is like in the real life, aside from wrestling, like I'm still kind of offended. Like, how many times you gonna do this? Like, for real? So it's gonna be interesting to see how that all kind of plays out. But from some weird news on Monday, and we'll see what happens on SmackDown today. To some congratulations news to Dakota Kai, now known as Charlie. So what has happened in Miss Charlie's life, Courtney?
So she announced this on her podcast today with Zelina Vega. She and Karl Fredericks, formerly known as Eddie Thorpe on NXT, she announced the news on her podcast with Zelina Vega. She dropped the news that she was engaged, and also it was just very excited. And they proposed on their 2-year anniversary in the streets of Sanford, where they had their second date. They've been dating since July 2024 when they were both in WWE together, but they're still together. And we here at Women's Wrestling Talk do want to send congratulations to them. And so happy Charlie's doing amazing things. Obviously, the podcast was Zelina Vega. She wrestled in Vegas earlier this year under House of Glory, wrestled under Eve Riot of Wrestling over in the UK. So she's doing a lot. I'm very happy that she is living the life and also getting ready to be engaged and soon to be married in the future.
I wonder what, I don't know where both is at, but both of you do see this. I wonder what the rate of WWE relationships that result in marriage, like what the, I don't want to say the success rate, but like just the rate is, because it seems like NXT is just, not only are they cranking out superstars, they're cranking out like relationships, like good, like none of the one we might not know all the drama, but you're not hearing too much shenanigans. It's like, nah, I like you, you like me, we cool. All right, let's get married. I was like, wait, what? Well, I want to know what the success rate is at. Like maybe they have the blueprint.
It's like Love Island in a way.
In a good way, but better.
In a good way. In a good way.
I interviewed a former WWE superstar who was in NXT briefly, and she said that, and actually this happened to me with my track team as well. She said that in the first like meeting, everybody's together, it's like, don't date your coworkers. And of course, we've seen what happened. So in a good way. So it's just like, is that more of a challenge? I don't know. I mean, we see Jimmy and Naomi. It's not like a new phenomenon. I feel like it's just so many are happening at the same time. So
I wonder if it's like easier because like travel, because it's like they're more understanding of like how much dedication you have to do in the ring versus somebody else who's just like, why are you gone 8 times this week? They're like more understanding because they do it as well, maybe.
It's kind of crazy listening to some of these relationships because some of them were messy, but then you listen to the ones who dated outside of the wrestling and they've been together for long. Like Chris Jericho, he's been with his wife for more than 20 years. Mick Foley's been with his wife at that time. Rey Mysterio, even though people call him a deadbeat dad, he's been with his wife for over 25 years. You can't deny the man that. So there are some that have flourished a bit, which is a good thing to see, and I think some of them kind of understand the product, right? I think because I said this on my watch along when Darby Allin got married, people were like, he got married? I said, yeah, because the girl he was with, he known her since high school, and she knew that he was still into wrestling, he was still into skateboarding, so she had an understanding of what he was doing. So it's not like it came out of the blue and just like, oh, okay.
But I always wonder how you even like catch a wrestler. Like, how does that even, that sounded terribly. I didn't mean to word it like that. But like, how does that happen? You're just out eating and they're there? Like, I don't know how that happens.
Well, I mean, let's ask. Maybe the councilman has some answers. Welcome, councilman. The question that he has is, how do you catch a wrestler?
Yeah, I'm really curious. Yeah. Like out in the wilderness, how does that just?
And how does it happen?
Because they all nerds.
That's too
They
simple.
nerds. No, I promise you, like, if you take away, like, hey, I'm not talking to Alexa Bliss, I'm talking to Alexis Kaufman. These are different people. Yeah, so these are different people. So that's why when you see these folks, you be like, how that happen?
Yo, Jeffrey, chill out.
Yeah, How to Catch a Wrestler.
Oh my god.
See, I know who you are, Chris Hansen, but I call you Chris Hansen.
I worded that so poorly.
So you could bring them
No,
cameras
that was perfect.
in.
Oh
That
my
was perfect.
gosh.
How to
Awful.
Catch a Wrestler. That's hey, we need to do that.
That's
Trinidad
a
doing
nice
the
title.
Netflix documentary. That's what we all need to do.
If
When
anyone
we
has
come
Oh
and
my
you got to sit
God.
down and stuff, we need to do that. With,
a deep dive,
yes,
I'll do it. I'll read a book.
yes, you should do it.
Man,
But yeah,
was beautiful.
it's easy to bag them, yo. Like
It is.
when you saw Mercedes Monet,
Yeah.
and then you saw her boyfriend, and you like,
Okay.
no disrespect to this man, but how he get her? Like, don't disrespect to this dude.
The
How he
beast.
get-
Oh, the beast Mortos.
Or her previous one though. But it's like, okay, y'all find what they got in common. Like people tend to forget, like Mercedes is a huge nerd. Like she's a big Pokemon fan. She's a big anime fan. So it's like, yo, you start finding common ground with that. And then also too, a lot of them usually have to be on. So like to be able to just be your regular self and they see you for that and not and also understand there's a character you have to play.
That's true.
It's not as hard as people.
It really isn't, because I mean, look at Alexa Bliss. I even know who her husband was, Ryan Cabrera, because I listened to his songs when I was younger. And also she's a huge fan of boy bands. She loves Bowling for Soup. She pretty much talks about it a lot lately. And I always tell people, don't be going after her husband, because I will call you out for it. Because I follow Ryan, I listen to Ryan, I go to his concerts any way I can. Don't be attacking Ryan. Just don't do it.
Also, TK should know she be having wrestlers giving her numbers today, hotel rooms and stuff. So if anyone knows how to catch a wrestler,
we have to go.
It's TK.
Whoa. Must be nice.
If anybody gonna be on the front of the documentary, it should be TK.
Oh my gosh.
I usually am just minding my own business, and we won't get into that.
That's how the documentary started off too. I was just minding my own business.
It's like that trend, the Netflix documentary. And
I'm telling you, we all need to do that. We all need to do it when we just sitting down and it's just this one right here. This camera. Okay, let me put my mic on. With this one. I'm making that tonight. Yo, if y'all don't send me a video of y'all sitting by tonight, I'm putting this out tomorrow.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Wow, this Dylan's gonna put that one. It's gonna be so funny. Let's get into some TNA news.
That's a crazy comment. Oh my god!
Feeling wild right now.
That is so going to be a pitch for next season.
How to catch a wrestler, yo.
How to fill them out. It's actually kind of funny. I won't give any names, but a friend of mine at the gym, she's not in the wrestling community, but she dated a wrestler and she threw him back because she's like, no. And she told me, broke it down, and then I was actually able to guess who the wrestler was. And she's like, how do you know? I was like, things. So you know that could be how to catch the wrestler and just how to throw them back. So let's get into some TNA news. Courtney, give us a little bit of rundown, because I know a lot of people they say they watch TNA, but I don't think they do. So give us a little bit of rundown what happened yesterday, and you know, the good news about the re-signings.
Woo! So first things first, congratulations to Daria Rae. TNA announced it on their websites yesterday. that she officially re-signed, which is actually interesting because I know Wednesday when you guys talked about it, Rich Swann also did re-sign with TNA. So we have seen a little bit of a pattern on some stars re-signing, even though with all the nonsense that happened with TNA, but definitely an opportunity for Daria Rae to resign. So definitely wishing a congratulations to her, and definitely an opportunity and also courtesy of TNA because they put out the official press yesterday on their socials and their website.
I wonder if they're taking pay cuts, or like I think we discussed it a little bit on Wednesday, if not a little bit more. I wonder if they're taking pay cuts, or are they just being selective on seeing, okay, well, these people we can roll with for a longer period of time versus they don't see the people who left and the people that they decided not to sign. If they don't see them like with TNA for a long time. I'm just interested. Again, we have no answers, but there's some paperwork somewhere that there's the answers. We might not get it publicly, but yeah, I wonder what the case is, because you have a whole people dropping off and then a lot of people resign. Well, 2 people so far resigning. So any thoughts, anybody?
And her resigning, or what you just said?
What I just said.
We talked about this Wednesday, I think. It's just a change in TNA. We've seen the change in WWE. We've seen the change happen in AEW. We've seen the change happen in New Japan and Stardom and CMLL. Like, it's certain things that's going to have to start coming with the times. And I think because TNA is now signed with AMC, there's different eyes that are on you now. And there's certain things that now have to change in the locker room when it comes to marketing, when it comes to creative, when it comes to leadership, when it comes to talent. And I know there's some folks like whether people want to believe it or not, there are some people who are younger than us that still like the old ways of wrestling and may not want to conform to the new stuff. And then there's vice versa, people that just like, hey man, I would much rather have a place to safely change into my attire and not have to worry about anything happening. I would love to feel safe in my work environment, which people now are focusing on, like, hey, I don't think I should be hazing this person like that. Like, let's not do that. Let's just train them regularly like how we would do. So some change comes good. I mean, with all change comes good, and it's negative with it too. But having Daria Rae signing back, I think just shows too, like, hey, something's moving in the right direction.
There are some things, because as I said, Rich Swann re-signed, so that is a good sign of it. So hopefully he can be an asset with the X division. But Will, you touched upon this. I touched upon this a couple months ago. They just need to figure out the demographic for AMC. Because I will tell you, since I've been doing these watch logs for TNA, 1, I didn't realize they had many commercials. And 2, once in a while I watch that channel. It's like you need to figure out what their demographic is, and obviously, of course, hitting the Gen Zers of the world. That's what it is. Everybody's focused on Gen Z and figuring out what is trending and all that stuff. But I think it's something TNA is in a rebuild mode, not just in the X division. I said this on the Knockouts division. They're in rebuild after Tessa left, and then the situation with Masha, just filling out the void and figuring out, like, okay, what can we do moving forward in the future, with the fact they have an upcoming pay-per-view in August with lockdown. So there's just a few things they kind of have to figure out. And hopefully with some of the stuff that they're doing, they do have a lot of eyes. Granted, they have Ricky Sosa. He's signed, so he's making waves on that. Hopefully Leon Slayer still stays around, because there's been a lot of chirping with everything else. Obviously, of course, we have a new TNA Knockout champion with Zaya Brookside and having a little bit of eyes. So hopefully with this Knockouts TV tournament, this could be a lot more eyes. And if you have not been paying attention, it's actually been pretty good, solid so far.
Well, we'll see what happens. What you just said, Will, reminds me, I don't know why it didn't dawn on me on Wednesday, but it reminds me, like, if you work anywhere and there's like a new regime, they usually clear out all the people and start bringing their people in. So what you just said, and you probably said it on Wednesday, it's just like, oh, okay, now it kind of makes sense. Like, is it right? Oh, another story, but it's like, all right, well, business is business, I suppose.
I feel like it helps, like, keeping her on too, because people already know her. like if they did come into TNA, she's like a familiar face if you watch like WWE before. So I feel like that helps out a little bit too.
Yeah. And also too, like if say Santino's ready to step down or they move him into a different positioning, this is the easier transition. It's like we've already seen her back there. We've already gotten accustomed to her. So it's only naturally that she would go into this place for this for the next chapter in the storyline. So yeah, it's just we'll see what comes of it. Like you said, that's the only thing we got to really figure out.
Oh my God, Jeffrey. Oh, I'm not even. That's a whole.
Jeffrey, if I've learned anything, don't ever tell
that part.
Don't ever tell
that part. That part. Let's get into Nic Nemeth. Courtney, what's going on with him?
Nic Nemeth. This is actually very interesting. So Nic Nemeth had some interesting words to say where he says, my health is more important than one more year of some dream matches. He kind of goes on to say where, as you know, he's on Busted Open Radio, and he got candid about the difficult reality of knowing when to step away from the ring, admitted he has no intention of going quietly. He reflected on the mindset of a professional wrestler who was told his time is up, using Kenny Omega's injury-related challenges as a jumping-off point. Nemeth said fighting through pain is second to nature to performers, but there comes a point where the decision has to be made, and also kind of going into details, having that mindset. And I'm waiting for this goddamn ad from this page to go through. But here we go. Comes to a point where the decision becomes far more than one match. He goes on to say, my body is hurting and my health for the next 50 years is much more important than one more year of some dream matches. No matter how much in your head you think that's the case, you have to deal with all these different things. He shared a telling observation from his WWE days, recalling how legends he grew up watching would still line up, hoping for one more run. He goes on to say, you got 4 people who are legends who you looked up to and you watched for years, but they're in their 70s and they're lining up to talk to Vince, not to say hi to Vince. They're looking for a push, for a chance to fight for the title. And you're like, are you kidding me? What is wrong with these guys? So now at 45 years old, Nic Nemeth admitted he understands the mentality more than he ever expected. And then he kind of wraps this up saying, now me, not at 70, at 45, I'm going, oh, right. I will not go quietly into that night either. Damn it. I don't ever want to stop being awesome at this and stealing the show. I don't ever want to stop. And you could watch the full episode of Busted Open because it was on Wednesday when he said it during Busted Open.
Hey, don't nobody else think that it's crazy that all the major champions are 40 years old?
A little bit. I thought about it the other day. I was like, that's interesting.
Wild.
It's wild. 40. Yep. Roman, 40. Nick, 40. Kenny Omega, 40. And they beat people half their age for the titles.
Yeah. And that's like one of my deeper issues with a lot of stuff. That's a whole rant for me, but
well, they've been talking about that for a while. I think we've been talking about that for the better part of 3 or 4 years. I think it was either oh my gosh, who was it? There was a wrestler who brought that up a couple of years ago. It's like everybody, you know, you're concentrating on all these wrestlers who were in their late 30s, now 40s, and you're not bringing in the new folks. You're not bringing them up, and now you are, but it's not fast enough. If you did that 3 or 4 years ago, then you know. I think we would have different champions for sure. And we wouldn't keep relying on certain ones. And not to say, and also there's difference now. You see the 40-year-olds, they can go now. So
CM Punk is jacked right now.
Mm-hmm.
He is. He came back a little more muscular. A little bit.
Jacked is a strong word.
He is. I was like, who is this man? Like when they did the whole garage.
He looks
standing like Captain America.
He looks tired. He looks tired from the look of his face.
Yeah, that's like saying Sami Zayn is ripped, bro.
Oh my God. He looks good for older man. Like when he came back.
Yes, no. To that point, yes. But like,
you're like, whoa.
You said this like that man is Like,
no,
this
you know
man
what it was
walking
when
out
they
like-
did the garage thing and he came back all dramatic. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, lights will do that. Lights will do that very well.
Oh my
for you.
gosh.
Lighting will do that very well.
Oh
I
my
was like, hey, you
gosh.
know, this man looks, hey, not bad. But you know what it is too that I'm thinking of that we haven't talked about? I'm gonna try to say this in the most non-disrespectful way, but it's gonna get slightly disrespectful. We have a whole generation now where, if I'm gonna be honest, let me find millennials and the Zers. There's a big gap between the two of us where there's a lot that did not transfer over. And if you start looking at it, I'm now
Wait, what do you mean?
There's a lot of common sense that like Gen Z is just. It's some things like, oh, that's the choice you made in this. Okay.
Gotcha. Okay.
I see how that wouldn't have been my first choice, but I understand the logic in which you had. And you have a whole team that does not know how to talk to them. I want you to take your nephew and then have Triple H explain the birds and the bees to your nephew at the age of That's going to be an awkward ass conversation.
Oh my gosh.
These people don't know how to train up the next generation because this is a completely different generation. Look at Javon Evans. Imagine talking to Javon Evans in creative and you're 50 years old.
Well, there's an example with Trick already. I don't know if you guys saw Triple H. I don't know if he's talking to Shawn Michaels. He was like, he comes out talking about lemon pepper steppers. He's like, I don't know what that is, but it works. So that's how I knew that. That's how that conversation went in all the TKO, because I was like, they don't know what that means or what whoop that trick means. They just thinking, oh yeah, he's talking about the name. That no, that's not it. No. Just like how they let Skeet get away when Lil Jon was out, and then they found out what it meant, and they was like, whoa, that's what that means? Yes, bro. It's that. But that's for like everybody, if you really look at it. Like our legends and our folks in the back are starting to get outdated even when it comes to creative. Because you don't know how to talk to this newer audience. This newer audience doesn't connect with you the same way like millennials did. Like we what I call the bridge. Like we got before the technology came and when you still had to use a landline. So we still can understand and comprehend a lot of things. But like Gen Zers, like they think different. They move different. And you can tell like Triple H, you have no idea what this person means when they're saying this. You got people in here who went to school when things were segregated. Like they're not finna understand what this kid from 2001 is talking about.
Yeah, but then the other thing with that is I understand that point of it, but then you're getting a lot of kids from university, college athletes, and unless the scope of coaches to athletes has changed, or even these kids who are going to wrestling schools, unless that scope has changed, there should be at least somewhat of a thread line from coach to athlete, and that's where you're gonna get the best. I think honestly, no matter what generation you come from, if you're a good athlete and you're a good coach, like for instance, Michael Jordan is not a great coach. There's some people who are just great athletes. So you have to find those people. I don't necessarily know if everybody, obviously, in the TKO and everybody that they pull has that in them. And so to have that understanding takes a different type of person. I don't know if you can't just rely on being ex wrestler from whatever generation. So yeah, I definitely understand where you're coming from. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting, these transitions. Because eventually the CM Punk's like he's gonna be like, I'm good. Like you can't give every wrestler who's approaching 50 a legacy deal. So there's gonna be some who are just not gonna come back. So we're gonna see how that kind of all plays out.
Keyword you could be the best athlete or sport in the world, but you could be a shitty EVP if you have no idea what you're talking about in the front office.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
We will see what's happening with that. All right, let's talk some AEW news with Kenny Omega and Willow Nightingale.
So, if you followed my watch along on Wednesday from Beach Break, it felt like a pay-per-view that you watch for free. If you did watch it, first off, congratulations to Kyle Fletcher, new AEW International Champion. Willow Nightingale made a return in the women's casino gauntlet match. She's facing Tekla at Redemption at the end of the month for the AEW women's title. And congratulations to Kenny Omega. He is now a 2-time AEW World Heavyweight Champion. I mean, if you followed it, it was pretty much a scenery of the beach, which I've been saying for the last couple months. It's finally a theme that I can get with, because we've been talking about this for the last couple years, because they didn't do it with Superman and they didn't do it with Spring Breakthrough. But I will say they did it with Fairway to Hell when they were at the golf course, and this one at the beach. But very exciting. If you saw the craziness that happened during Kenny's match, we did see Will Ospreay trying to interrupt MJF. And also the last few minutes, Kenny Omega is now the AEW World Heavyweight Champion. And we're going to get Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay at Wembley Stadium in August. But there's a lot of hurdles coming in between now and August. But congratulations to Willow and Kenny, to both. And also Kyle Fletcher too. Kyle Fletcher, congratulations to him.
Some redemption. Dylan, you on one today, and Bosa too. All right, well, we'll see what's happening. We'll see what's happening with that as far as AEW, and then Collision is today's what, Friday? Collision's tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow.
Yeah. So is there anything that we should be looking out for Collision, Courtney?
Speedball Mike Bailey is taking on Mark Davis for the AEW National Championship. We're also going to have Hikaru Shida defend the TBS Championship against Harley Cameron. We also have a few action. I forget some of the matches, because I know tonight they're doing the ballpark at Minnesota Twin Stadium tonight, and there's a few matches happening. The Hurt Syndicate put out an open challenge, and 2 of the members from Shane Taylor Promotions answered it. So, and it sucks it's not going to be on TV, because I would like to see that match, but I guess.
We'll see how it goes. All right, so we have some this just came out. We have some news on Jim Ross. What's going on with him?
And I also wanted to put this photo up just because. Enjoy your honeymoon, MJF. You're gonna need it. Go enjoy your honeymoon and stay healthy. You'll be back anyway, but I just wanted to post that photo just cause.
My heart.
Just
my little heart.
He'll be back. Go enjoy your honeymoon. Go be healthy. Y'all know MJF coming to WWE, right?
I don't want him to.
Y'all know that, right?
You think so?
I don't want him to.
Yeah.
I hope not.
Yeah. Bro, that dude is losing thunder bad.
They would water him down so bad.
They are, like there's only so many times, like that dude's a superstar, bro. Like he made like his wrestling prowess could use a little bit of work for me, just so it matches his personality. But like, that is what I can see go slip through his fingertips. And WWE gonna snatch him up.
It sucks because there's actually one match I would love to see before he leaves AEW. He hasn't had a one-on-one match with Swerve.
Ooh.
So wait,
that's crazy. That's crazy.
You say that, but he acts so, I guess maybe acting is the word. He acts so anti-WWE.
Guess who was also very anti-WWE? And where is he right now? He's the WWE champion. That man talked shit about that place for 9 years and said, I'll never fucking step foot in that place ever again. And he's the WWE Undisputed Champion. Never say never. I don't care if you on you.
I think he'd be great at WWE. I think he would definitely shake a lot of. He has some really great storylines. He would rub people the wrong way in a good way. I think he'd be great for the WWE. But then here is the question. Then what happens with AEW?
AEW still goes. Like, AEW doesn't take a hit if MJF leaves. Like, they've now solidified themselves with the amount of talent that they have. But I think where you're seeing MJF at is like, you're a good company man when we need you, but that cost you. Like, losing to Darby Allin, way unnecessary. Now you're losing to Kenny Omega, and it's like, yo, right before you go to All In at Wembley Stadium, like, what are your there's no set for like, what is a goal you want to achieve being at AEW? Do you just want to be the transitional champion every time? Do you want to now fold into this place where you're going for lower titles? It's like, there's a lot of what MJF could be. Like, he's never had a great solid like title reign as heavyweight champion. But and MJF gives you that vibe of, you tell me this man's been champion for 400 days, I could see it. I could buy into it. And they have not done that with him. You're not utilizing MJF to the full capability of which you need to. And you got a stacked roster in WWE that this man would like. Like, imagine MJF on SmackDown.
Oh, I think he'd be phenomenal.
Oh, man, I'd watch 3 hours of that. Now I'm here for 3 hours.
I don't know about 3 hours, but I think he'd be
phenomenal. I'm joking. No, I'm
That was really rough.
That was.
But you see an MJF with Drew, an MJF with Trick Williams, an MJF back with CM Punk, like
Ricky,
Carmelo, Jacob, Solo. Like he's the heel SmackDown needs right now. I promise you that. Like, he would flip SmackDown upside down.
How long is his contract for with AEW? That might be a Bosa question.
He signed it like, oh my God, because I know he came back at Double or Nothing 2024. I have to see how long that's been.
Did he say how many years he signed? Was it?
It says early 2027.
Oh, 2027.
Oh,
that's next year.
Yeah.
Yep.
They might try to pull him.
Well, we shall see, because they did re-sign Jack Perry on Dynamite on Wednesday.
I mean, that makes sense though. Like, Jack Perry is winning there. Like, there's still a lot for Jack Perry to achieve. Like, you just now gotten to past Jungle Boy and all of that stuff now. Like, it's like, yo, you Jack Perry. You made your big statement. Now it's like, okay, let's see what you keep doing.
Do you see Jack Perry in WWE?
I can see it. But after he's established himself in AEW, though. Like, you're one of the originals there, so your legacy gotta be something fire.
Mercedes' contract is up next year too.
Yeah, because she signed a multi-deal, so it has to be up next year.
What do we think is going to happen with Mercedes? You think she's going to? I think she's going to resign.
I think she might.
I would if I was her.
And then there's supposedly Bailey might come over there, so
I don't blame her.
Mercedes is 34. She can definitely resign for another 4 or 5 years.
If that, actually, she might be okay.
Yeah, she's gonna be fine.
Yeah,
it's not. We all know, and I'll speak for myself. I'm sure I can speak for all you guys. We don't know what her bank account looks like, but I feel like we all know she's good. She's good. She's Gucci.
She's
good. Yeah, so if she even does 2 more, tours with AEW and says, all right, like, I can go off and make more movies or, produce movies, she's fine.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see though.
For sure. Did you give us an update on Jim Ross, Courtney?
No, we didn't.
Okay. All right. What's up with Jim Ross?
Oh God, good old JR. Apparently, he's preparing for brain surgery. He shared this on his first Grilling JR podcast since he returned home from a nearly 40-day hospital stay. He goes on to say, I'm getting ready to have another surgery, brain surgery this time, and that's going to be an adventure because I don't think they're going to find much. Oh God, my brain. He explained what led to it. I got to address it. I couldn't live my life the way it was, I forget and just couldn't remember things. It's just horrible. I felt horrible. But that all started with me passing out in my house and being discovered there. And we began an almost 40-day hospital stay. The procedure is shut to drain fluid from his brain, expected within the next week or so, about 2 days in the hospital. It's not optional if I want to get better, and I want to get better for sure. And this is a whole new ball game, and it's a little scary, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, that's, yeah. The human body is such an amazing thing, but also just like, yeah, life is crazy. So we wish him definitely the best. Everything goes well and according to plan. I kind of feel like with Tony Khan being your boss, I feel like he probably should have the best of the best quality doctors. I know I would pull that, like, hey Tony,
100%.
Yeah, I'm about to go into this operation, so can you make some phone calls on my behalf, all that stuff. So definitely, yes, agreed, Jeffrey. Prayers to JR for speedy recovery. Let's talk about breaking news from MLP Mayhem. What's happening with them?
So this actually broke out on their socials today. And we've been seeing a lot of trend where some independent promotions are doing this. MLP Mayhem is going worldwide. Beginning Thursday, July 16th, Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling's new weekly series will stream free exclusively on My AEW official app in the United States and more than 100 countries around the world. In Canada, MLP Mayhem premieres Wednesday, July 15th at midnight Eastern Time and 9 p.m. Pacific. But they actually released an official press release where they do talk about the details. And it's kind of crazy because we're seeing a lot of promotions be on the My AEW. We've seen WrestlePro, Produce, along with many other people. And I do think it is a good segue with the fact MLP, we have seen some wrestlers from AEW wrestle on their show. So this seems like a win-win, and very happy that is extending a little bit into the independent wrestling universe. It's
okay.
Yeah. It's
so is a My AEW app.
Yes.
ROH is not on that app, but MLP
that part right there. The elephant in the room.
Not?
The elephant in the room.
That's weird.
That part right there. Everything else
I'm so
except
confused.
Ring of Honor.
But it's on the Ring of Honor app.
Oh, they just want us to pay. That's like all it is.
Yeah, because remember, think of My AEW kind of like Netflix. So it's like, yo, I'm gonna take these places and y'all can live all here and have your shows produced here, and we're just gonna distribute them out to these places. But with Ring of Honor, it's like that's one of ours. We have it on a separate thing, and we want to run that app up so we can make money.
Yeah, but are they making money? Let's just take a poll right now. Will, do you have the ROH app? And anybody in the chat, let me know.
Hold on. I'm so sorry.
Keith, do you have the ROH app?
No, I don't think I'll be buying it.
Kesh, you need me to do it too?
Yeah, thanks.
I can't remember. Courtney, did I get it did I restart it for you?
Okay, for WWT.
But Courtney, do you have it though?
No, because Courtney called me, and not in a bad way. Courtney said, I'm gonna do this watch along. So I'm like, all right, I got you. Because I actually stopped it last year.
That's 3 no's. That's 3 people who don't have this app. She has access to it. Yeah. She don't have it.
They should.
And I have it. I don't even watch it because I don't have time.
We don't live in an era where everybody, like, that's the thing people don't get. And I learned this from Apple. Most people, when they have their phones, they use between 5 to 8 of the same apps. They're not going. It is hard to get a person to go and click onto another app unless there are multiple reasons why you need to go on there. And if you can't convince them, and if you don't get them within like the first 2 weeks, they will never ever use that app.
And then all the space that app takes.
Yeah.
Takes up.
And they eventually start deleting it. So
yeah.
I don't know what's being done over here. Maybe there's an international currency that he's getting that's allowing this app to stay going, but I don't know anyone over here that's just like, hey, bro, did you catch that episode of ROH last week? Or we're doing the ROH watch along. Like, I don't ever see that.
So Dylan had a good question. So is the My AEW app, is there a price to that? I'm like,
there is a price because I know they did it when they first announced it this year.
Too much money. It's too much money spending out.
Yeah, I think you get it on I think it's a part of Amazon though, right? Like you can get, like they have it to where you can buy it on Amazon.
I know you can get the pay-per-views on Amazon, which now even that, so I'm seeing the pay-per-views. Now even that, even if you have a partnership with Amazon and it's partnered through the app, why don't we just pay, like even if you said, all right, you get ROH and AEW and you pay, I'm not seeing a price on this website, so, you know, somebody, if you want to do more of a deep dive, Bosa or somebody, let me know. But even if you had the price for it being $19.99 and it includes ROH, that makes more sense. I don't understand. I'm like, maybe I don't know. Maybe I need to go.
It's $7.99, $19.99, and then annually is $119.99. For $7.99, it includes live broadcasts of Dynamite, Collision, Ring of Honor TV, podcasts, and archives. And then
so Ring of Honor is on there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
But what do that say? ROH TV. Is that something different though?
Oh my gosh.
So wait, are you telling me
there's more?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm seeing what's on there. I had to scroll all the way to the bottom to see Ring of Honor. So I'm seeing Ring of Honor highlights.
I think that's what it is. I think that's what TV is. That's why it says ROH TV. So I think it's like a little state. No. Is it ROH?
No, it's ROH, Ring of Honor Club. That was June 18th.
Okay. But wait, is that a PLE or a show?
That one is a PLE.
Well, no, so they say you get those on here with the higher subscription. So for $20 a month, you also get AEW pay-per-views and select pay-per-view archives. So Ring of Honor could be included in that.
Okay. So then why do you even have the Ring of Honor app? And did I miss something? Because was that not stated anywhere? Like, was that?
Well, you already know that's AEW's problem. They're terrible with marketing. That's their problem. They don't promote it
and pay attention to detail.
Because
they are horrible.
What we could have done, Courtney, which I'll probably just go ahead and do, is cancel the ROH app and just get the My AEW. So now you don't have to pay. Like, what are we doing right now?
Do this.
But again, they didn't tell. But again, that's not you. That wasn't promoted. That's never talked about. Like I've watched the episode of Dynamite and the PLE. I've never seen the My AEW app.
And then the other question is, do you get the PLEs for
that's what I was about to
on here versus going and pay the $60 at
That's crazy
for $20 a month?
That's a scam.
I don't know if you get it live though. That's the only thing. I don't know if you get it live, but you get monthly. You get monthly AEW pay-per-view events and selected pay-per-view event archives.
And it's $20.
Replay. Yeah,
that's the one for $20 a month. Now again, it doesn't state that it comes on like when it airs. So this may come in at a later date.
Shoot, they might as well put it on HBO Max because that's how I watch all my pay-per-views.
That's
on
what I'm
HBO
I'm
Max.
Like $35 for $40 if I don't have to. Like, that's crazy.
But see, this is the thing that streaming services want you to do, though. That's why they haven't had somebody consolidated the way that it's happening, because they have to do this in order for cable to die. Yeah. That's why.
Gotcha.
Like, I can guarantee you there are 5 apps right now that y'all are paying for. You have no idea you're paying for it because you.
Oh no, not with Rocket Money. Go and get yourself. And this is not even. I need to hit them up. Go and get yourself Rocket Money, and it'll tell you, and it'll do all the things.
I had 2 Hulu accounts I didn't even know about.
Oh my gosh.
2 whole Hulu accounts and got
Yeah,
no money because of
Rocket Money caught one of those too. Yeah, they caught. I think it was one of the apps. It might have been Prime or something. They caught that one.
Yeah.
Also for your taxes, really good to use that. And then
that's
also,
worth paying
if
for.
you guys, if you guys get any subscriptions, you can write that off. Like there's a lot. Rocket Money is great if you have a small business, which means you are the brand. Rocket Money is I need to hit them all because they need to give us some money.
Yes.
But yeah, that so yeah, the only thing now, I guess, Dylan, you might want to cut this up. The only thing now, if you get the pay-per-views, the AEW pay-per-views, then that's an easy layup. I feel like more people would pay the $20 for all of that than there has to be. There has to be a reason why they're not pushing it. There has to be a reason why they're not pushing it.
It wouldn't surprise me if there was something internally, because it always happens when the people try to promote stuff or try to do strategically and something goes wrong, and not learning how to pivot, especially when you're in a crisis. You got to learn how to pivot and also problem solve super quickly, thinking, okay, that didn't work, so let's go to plan A, or let's go to plan B, or this, and this, and thinking like, okay, what is it that we are missing? What is it that we're not targeting, especially with all these streaming sites and apps? What is it, the one thing that we're not doing?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. We'll figure it out, and then we'll let you know if there's going to be a AEW app. Oh, well, this is more on the back end. I won't give y'all the Courtney. You'll get the password. All right. Well, speaking of that, if that is the case, I wonder if we're going to be able to watch CMLL on this app too, because there's a big thing that's going to be happening between Persephone and Tessa Blanchard. So talk to us about it, Courtney.
Yeah, we found out Miss Persephone, she is the reigning CMLL Women's World Championship. She's defending that title against Tessa Blanchard. It'll be on July 31st. They will clash over the championship. If you kind of been paying attention to CMLL socials lately, it is getting a little bit catty, because I guess Tessa said some things that Persephone wasn't happy, and they almost got into a fist fight with each other, but it all is coming down to this. Persephone has been the champion since March of this year, and she's been appearing at also she's been appearing on Ring of Honor. She's also appearing on AEW programming, which is great, but she is settling the score with Tessa Blanchard. Obviously, of course, after parting ways with TNA, she's going back to CML, and she's wrestling for the CMLL Women's World Championship.
Yeah, this is going to be a great match. That is a good question, Dylan. Like, do we ever see Tessa on WWE TV?
I think when her reputation dies down a bit more, a lot of people still bring things up of stuff in her past, and I feel like WWE crowds tend to not let you forget things. So maybe in like a couple years, maybe.
I don't know. Will, Courtney?
My blackness won't allow me to talk about this subject due to the participants of this match. As a part of the black delegation, I will proceed to say no comment at this time.
Yeah, well, it's interesting to see, Courtney. As far as a PR perspective, that sounded like a WWE no.
That was like a no comment. That was like a cop-out answer for WWE, which you're not supposed to do. I recommend don't ever say no comment to any press, because that's a no-no. Well, I have my own feelings against her, but doesn't shock me that she's back in CMLL. And with the fact her fiance is also wrestling at CMLL.
Alberto Del Rio? I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
Wow.
That's
Hey, Maria. Wow.
No. But yeah, her fiance is at CMLL. I mean, it'll be a good match, but obviously I'm going for Persephone because she's been killing it the last couple of months. Obviously, she was at Survival of the Fittest for the TBS title, so she has been rocking it the last couple months, but I don't know. It's very interesting where some of this stuff still gets in, and even the TNA crowd will go with it. And it's even worse when your own colleagues call you out on it. Chelsea Green, Jordan Grace, a lot of people in the wrestling space did that a few years ago. So I'm just saying, a lot of people don't forget about that stuff, but especially if it's if it's your own colleagues calling you out on it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. WWE is would be the play, but I think everywhere else, you know, judging by, you know, the lines with when she goes to conventions, and even the fact, you know, that she was with TNA, the fact that she chose to go with CMLL, I think maybe just, and then I'm curious as far as her internationally. I think locally, yes, and you're right, Boza, she did.
Okay.
I think in America that might not be the case, but I think internationally it's not. She's judged according to her talent.
Oh yeah, I mean, let's be honest. It's not, and it ain't even from an American standpoint. America don't really care. The only reason why they're doing it is because the people who signed those checks might say something. Those conservative folks that are just like, oh, well, I can't believe you have that person there, and this is like the representative AT&T talking to you. So you're like, okay, now we got to make sure we protect ourselves, and it's like, maybe we should keep you off TV since they keep chanting Tessa's a racist. But you go over to CMLL, like, they not finna be chanting none of that. They just finna be out of here shouting because these two women are going at it.
And you would think it's opposite, especially like going there, you know, you would assume they would be angry.
No.
And also,
no?
Yeah, it wasn't said to them.
Yeah.
What they care for? It wasn't said to them.
There's certain places that I've traveled to on a wrestling capacity, and once you pass like the border, it's
really.
Are you guys here to wrestle? All right, cool. Then wrestle. Like, it's very the political landscape as far as what's happening in America, and especially it's different because there's also what's happening in America as far as whatever the wrestler's story is, and then also the stereotypes and the biases that people have about Americans. So there's a couple other things, and then everybody else in the rest of the world is just like, yep. So are you all here to wrestle or like not?
That really be it. Like that's a us thing. Because you gotta also remember too, we have the privilege to complain about stuff like that. A lot of places don't. There are a lot of places that are like, yo, the only time I can really stand up right now is to make sure that my pay rate is okay. So a lot of them don't even think to say like, hey, I don't like how this made me feel that wrestler said that. It's like, so they gonna do their job tonight, or do we go somewhere else? What's happening?
Also, you have to think about Courtney. How many wrestling matches or shows are happening this weekend in your part of town? Exactly. Don't even bother.
I don't even want to go there. There's a lot.
Right. In some places, like, we've gotten really spoiled, like Will was saying, we got really spoiled here. Because in some places, you know, there's smaller promotions. Like, that's the only thing that they see.
Gotcha.
They have that 1 or 2 Western promotions. They don't have 6 or 7. If you travel anywhere in Southern California right now and you don't mind driving, my problem is driving, and you don't mind driving, you're going to find a whole bunch of wrestling events. So yeah, I think that also plays into consideration too. So
same thing with information. Like, some places don't get all that information. Yeah, we got social media, but there are a lot of places where our news doesn't touch them like that.
Yeah, the algorithms play a big part.
Yeah, so it's like a lot of this stuff. Like, I've talked to like my friends that stay in like it's like Switzerland and Swedish and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of stuff that they don't know, like where they're being told what comes out and gets to them is a completely different story of what happens here. Like to them, they think every American loves Trump.
Oh wow.
That's the news that they get. They're like, yo, we're under the impression that y'all are all for this man. Yeah, and I was like, yo, help us. Help. Like if y'all listen. I ain't what was that movie where the Chinese people came and took over? Red Dawn. I'm not saying that's what we need, but
well, no, that's very eye-opening, especially like if you come here and then you see how a lot of people act towards like things in politics, they're probably like, I'm being fed lies.
It's a culture shock.
I wouldn't have thought that. That's insane.
Yeah. Some people think like
look at what's
okay.
I was like, look what's happening with the World Cup right now. You see so many people coming here from all over the world. I mean, I have venues in Philly, in Jersey that are coming. And it's still happening right now. The World Cup happening right now.
Yep.
Yeah, I was shocked with the food. I don't know if you guys saw the food videos. I was kind of shocked. They're like obsessed with ranch and air conditioning. And I was like, you guys don't have that?
No,
I don't even want to talk about that. I don't even want to
talk about that.
It's so different. It's so different around the world, yo. Like people are shocked that we work 9 to 5s.
Yeah, and then they're just like, oh my gosh, it's a lot of restaurants I feel that we don't consider like top quality. They're just here like having the time of their lives. And I was like, that's really interesting to see it.
Because over there is top quality. That be the thing, because they're using real food. Like most people don't know. Like, do you know? Like in like I think it's Japan culture, their favorite thing to eat during Christmas is KFC.
Yeah,
like,
it's actually a really big thing.
Yeah, it's a huge thing. Like they will go buy a 20-piece bucket, sides and everything, and that's Christmas dinner for them.
Yeah, because they treat our fast food like it's a specialty versus what people have on a Friday.
Yeah, it's prepared vastly different. Like the KFC drumstick we gonna bite into versus what they bite into.
Oh,
and that is completely different.
Well, first off, it's meat, so it's not even.
It's real chicken.
Yeah, well, with that being said, let's get into the Friday not eating KFC. Where can everybody find you, Courtney?
Whoa. Dylan asked about the SmackDown preview.
We
did it.
Yeah. We did SmackDown preview.
We started off just for Dylan and the beginning of the show just for you, Dylan.
Oh, he said because at 3:54 he wrote SD preview ? I was just
top of the show for you, Dylan. We are trying to avoid the question. But yes, it's top of the show for you, Dylan.
Hey man, nobody told me nothing. Nobody said anything.
No worries. Where can everybody find you, Courtney?
You can always find me chirping periodically on WWT Live as much as I can. Wednesdays are for the timeless elite because AEW Dynamite. We are on the road pretty much to Wembley Stadium, but we have a pit stop at Redemption happening in a couple weeks. So get ready for next week because God knows there's going to be a lot of chaos, a lot of mayhem. We have a new AEW World Champion. We have a new AEW International Champion. We have a new #1 contender for the AEW Women's Championship. So who knows what's going to happen? And it's in Boston next week, by the way. So get ready for that. You can not only catch me Wednesdays, you can also catch me on Thursdays handling TNA because we at Women's Wrestling Talk are giving you exclusive coverage of the Knockouts TV Championship. Obviously, of course, we did see some of the matches last night, and we're also getting into next week, and we're just going to keep doing it until we find a winner because it does look cool. I'm very excited for some of these ladies. Make sure to follow me on my socials at CourtneyNJ11 because there's a lot of content been happening in the last couple days. Make sure to check out some of the interviews that have been posted with Bronwyn Billington, Dave LaGreca, also with Shotzi from MLW. Also, make sure to follow ISPW. Shout out to Tommy Fierro and the rest of the team, and also shout out to Vicious Vicky for killing it last night. I was grinning in ear to ear, so happy for her, and Gabby Forza killing it, and I'm so proud. So please make sure to follow Tommy Fierro and the rest of the guys on their shows. And also, if you are in Point Pleasant Beach, New Jersey, you can catch me Tuesday because I will be on the ground for Fight Factory Wrestling. it is one of their biggest, it's actually one of their biggest shows that they have. So get ready, especially near the Jersey Shore. You don't know what's going to happen. Very excited to cover that because independent wrestling is booming in New Jersey. So lots of content happening, but so much summer. It's pretty much a wrestling summer in the East Coast.
For sure. Kesh, where can everybody find you?
Everyone can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Wrestling with Kesh.
And Mr. Councilman, where can everybody find you?
I don't need to be found. I just want to know, and taking the survey and the poll, who would buy this shirt?
I would buy it.
That's all I want to know is who would buy this shirt. Sammy has had an illustrious career of 216 hours as champion. So
that
we
is
got
so crazy.
We got the Sammy 216 shirt.
Oh my God.
There it goes. Sammy 216 said, I just lost my belt. I want to know, would you buy these?
You need to sell that at a Comic-Con. You could make money off of that or any event.
Yeah,
that would be a seller.
That's a whole nother thing. You know what I'm messing.
Oh yeah.
That's why I was like, yeah, I'll just put this up and see if there's a demand for it.
Oh my God. Somebody would buy it. A lot of people would buy it.
I'm just saying, hey, I just want to commemorate Sammy's illustrious title reign, okay? Not everybody can reach 216 hours as champion.
All right. Well, definitely let Will know. And WWE, if you have a problem, make sure you just take out that part. We did a whole show, so just that part. With that being said, you can follow me everywhere at TK Trinidad. Make sure you follow Women's Wrestling Talk on all social media platforms at www.talkpod.com. A lot of articles dropping, all the good things. And with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. Ciao for now.
Thanks for joining WWT. Don't forget to like us on all social media platforms at WW Talk Pod. Like and subscribe on all video and audio platforms like yesterday, my G. And check out our website at www.talkpod.com. Thanks for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.